Several years ago, in our 15th Evidence for God devotional titled, When Atheists Hate God, we discussed what is called the Ontological Argument. We summarized this case for the existence of God as follows, quote, "We can sum up the ontological argument as an argument for God's existence based on the very concept of God. In other words, the concept of a perfect being who is God implies that such a God exists. And by referring to, speaking of, and debating about God, we are establishing the reality of His existence. God's existence is implied by the concept of the perfect God as revealed in the Holy Bible. When we speak of God, we cannot but speak of a being that exists. To say that God does not exist is to contradict oneself. It is literally to speak nonsense," end quote. And that's the basic case for the ontological argument for God. And I recently had someone challenge me, which is a constant thing, actually. But this guy wasn't challenging my doctrinal teaching or even Christianity itself, or the existence of Jesus particularly. This person challenged the very existence of God. And we had a back and forth on the matter, and unlike other exchanges, this particular atheist was very thoughtful and respectful. So the debate ended up in the not going into those weeds of insults and empty ridicule. But after a while, I had to ask the question that's in the back of my mind pretty much every time I debate an atheist or an agnostic or some other God-hater or anti-theist, and it's related to the ontological argument. My question that I posed to this atheist was simply this: if God doesn't exist and you really believe He doesn't exist, why would you waste any portion of the only life you believe you're going to live trying to disprove His existence? And I'm being sincere about this question that I've tried to get atheists to honestly answer over the years. If I were an atheist or agnostic and I didn't believe there was a God, then I also obviously wouldn't believe in Judgment Day. I wouldn't believe in heaven or hell. And even if I believed in some idea of the afterlife of some sort, which I've never heard an atheist give any serious consideration to, the last thing I would waste my time in this only life I'm going to live doing is trying to debate theists and convince them one way or the other. If this is it, this is the only life where you live, then let's live it up, man. Let's just have as much fun within our ability while also enjoying the pleasure of relaxation. Let's hang out with like-minded, fun-loving people and go places and do things that are enjoyable and then have a nice rest. Whatever is enjoyable. But spending any time debating something that doesn't matter, I wouldn't waste a minute of my only life doing that. So why do these atheists do this? Well, when I asked the anonymous atheist that I referred to a moment ago, the real nice guy that we had a good exchange with, you know what their answer was? No, neither do I. This person just disappeared. No response, just gone into thin air, so to speak. And I have an idea why this person did so and why no atheist really answers my question. They just most of the time get angry with me for asking. But that person realized that the truth of the ontological argument in practical terms was made by my question. Thinking about God, talking about God, showing concern about God, and debating about God demonstrates a conscience who knows there is a God. Genesis 1, Romans 1, 16 to 32, John 1, 1 to 18, and numerous other texts in the Bible declare what every arguing God rejecter knows and will admit on Judgment Day. In the words of the prophet in Isaiah 40:28, "Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of His understanding."